good afternoon, if you'd like me to say. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute delight to be able to introduce to you the launch of the Tangent City Carnival. There's lots of exciting new things that have been put together to make this carnival celebration bigger, better, and as you hear more about it from those who have at the days, you'll probably gather what we're talking about. So the whole idea was to make Carnival a people-centric festival, to involve the residents, to involve local businesses, to make it open and accessible to everyone, right? So that's been the whole idea. We looked back at the carnivals of yesteryears and we realized that one of the things that made them so fantastic was because people were involved in it. And so this year as well, we tried very hard to make that happen. We've been fortunate to have the complete support of the industry. So we started our preparations by bringing on board the industry, and we have on the days today two stalwarts from the industry, Mr. Vincent Ramos, who is the general manager and heads the Taj Group in Goa, and of course Prahlad, who runs a very successful restaurant. So they're representing the trade. Of course, Commissioner will lead the thing and tell you all about what we're doing today. Our municipal engineer, and so this year, because of the code of conduct, the entire carnival committee is being headed and managed by the bureaucrats of our city. So Commissioner is leading it along with his team, the municipal engineer, the APO and other able officers. And of course, we've got also from trade, but also somebody who's given his time to make this thing happen. Is from the event industry, Mr. Mackenzie Pereira, who's helping the CCP team pull this whole event together. So without taking any more time, I'd like to hand over the days to our Commissioner, who will then probably brief you on what we're planning to do, and then the rest will also speak.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. Once again, a very good evening to all of you out here. Since we already been introduced by Richard, I'm not going for the fresh round of introductions. I'll come straight to the point. Our carnival, as you all know, is starting on the 26th of this month. And starting with the traditional floats that are going to start from Deepta Circle and wind its way all the way along the traditional route up to Kala Academy. It will end there. And the forms for the floats already ready. So those who are interested can come and collect it right away, along with the instructions that they are supposed to follow, the normal instructions about decency and non-alcohol advertisements, and the rest of it is the same. This is as far as the floats are concerned. The floats, as I told you, the route. Now in Panjim Carnival, we are having it at Samba Square. Now this festival is going to be one of a unique one, because this festival is going to feature a lot of leading musicians, a lot of leading artists on all the days, all 4 days of the carnival. In the evening, we will be having musicians and a very good possibility of some good celebrities from Bollywood. We are not finalized as the names of who it is. The moment it is confirmed, we'll let you all know. The second day of the carnival, the 27th, we intend to hold a rally, a vintage car rally, for which quite a number of vehicles, vintage vehicles, will feature. And they will be kept for display at the multiplex courtyard. Now these vehicles, which will be driven along this route, will be escorted with a number of Harley Davidson motorcycles, exclusively Harley Davidson motorcycles. So this had never happened before. We have gotten a lot of requests from various Harley owners and the car owners, so we decided to give it a try. So it's going to happen that way. With the accompaniment of the Harley, the vintage car is going to follow, followed by the display at multiplex. The flag of the, I forgot to mention that, the flag of the Floats will be at 3 o'clock. We intend to hold it at 3 o'clock because by 4 o'clock it gets dark quite early, and the floats not having lighting, the effect of the charm of the floats is lost in the darkness. Now, among other things that we are having are the categories. I will just read out to you the categories just for your information. The categories of the floats will be the traditional category, the club and institution, the sponsored category, family category, fun, janka categories, clown and joker categories. The rest of the details will publish it. Too lengthy, so reading it will consume a lot of time. Yes, for this carnival in Panjim Carnival celebration in Samba Square, which is near Gracia, the Ortha Garden, the artery roads will be closed. We already requested DM, Collector North Goa, and the roads will be closed to all vehicular traffic. Stalls will be set up there. Stalls that will feature, where this carnival will be trying to mainly focus on traditional Goan food. We are giving a lot of emphasis on Goan food and making priority to Goan food, which earlier used to be bypassed for Chinese and other kind of foods. For which I have to thank the food and beverage community. They have taken a very leading role in this. They have come with a lot of assistance, advice and even help. So my profound thanks to the food and beverage community who are doing it. Besides that, we are also having various basking stations. Basking stations are the musicians who will be playing at street corners and various other designated places where there will be series of numbers, songs being played with a lot of emphasis once again, I stress, a lot of emphasis once again on Konkani and English. Besides, of course, the others, Hindi then also will follow, but a lot of emphasis on Konkani and English. This our intention is here is to promote the local food vendors. There have been a lot of local food vendors who are excellent in their products. Lesser known, people do not know them because the higher brands and these big brands have taken over. Nobody knows the actual value of these small timers. So these food vendors will be coming, will be featured in a big way, and we try to encourage them, try to give as much as publicity and advertisement. Besides that, we are having a children's carnival. Children's carnival will be organized in one side of the Samba Square, wherein there will be a series of games, amusement for the children, and I'm sure the children are going to really have a good time because the layout is going to be a very exclusive one. We have another added attraction this time. It was a request which we considered favorably and we have granted it. It is dogs, regarding dogs. We are putting up a kind of a dog stall. Now these dogs are basically stray dogs which otherwise would have starved to death in some garbage bin. There is no garbage bin in Panjim, but would have starved to death. So these dogs are for adoption. They are vaccinated, they are well fed, they are treated, they are cured of all ailment if they had any. So this is the first time that a request has come in, and being animal lovers, I'm sure most of you all are, we intend to put up a stall. We have agreed to that. We are having the mobile Alvarado. Mobile Alvarado is a brass band that's going to play. Now we have not fixed up the exact time, but most probably we may, hopefully, Mackie wakes up well in time in the morning. We'll hold it in the early morning. It will wind down the streets of Panjim, playing various Portuguese, Konkani and English numbers. We also have another thing called a heritage trial. The heritage trials are a group of hotelers and restaurateurs and cafe owners who have come forward asking what they could do, how they could help, how they could contribute, and those who didn't wish to put up the stalls but wanted to promote their businesses. So these hotelers, restaurateurs, cafe owners are going to keep up with the carnival spirit by decorating their restaurants in the carnival spirit, putting up various kind of carnival related activities, and of course we'll be giving the tourists and the guests alike a trail of this heritage walks. So these tourists and other foodies can go around seeing what is their choice, what their taste buds show them, and accordingly they can visit this various restaurant or whatever it is, for a cafe or food places. This also then again with the intention to promote and identify such places, so people get more familiar and Panjim is known better. We intend to make Panjim a much more lively city. Panjim of late has become quite dead, with the exception of maybe the casino activity. Otherwise, we want to make Panjim, bring back Panjim the old glory of the yesteryears years of Carnival. So basically, I have just briefly touched upon only the broad outline of the entire Carnival. For further details and whatever it will answer your questions right now, Meki is here with me. He is one of our consultant on our organizing team. He will brief you on whatever details you need. And I also wish to welcome at a moment Pradeep Naik of Ashik Motors, who will be hosting the antique cars rally. Welcome, Pradeep Naik. Okay, all over to you for questions. Meki. No, question answer, let him answer first, then continue speak. A question, please.
If there are no questions, I could pass it on to Mr. Ramos.
Yes. No, he has a question. As per the official time, I don't remember, my voice is loud enough. As per the official time, we'll stick as much as possible. We'll stick to the official time. That's 10 p.m. in the night. However, we try to ask for some relaxation. If the government grants us the relaxation because the code of conduct is still in force, we'll try to relax it a bit. Otherwise, we'll stick to the usual time. By the government, I mean the Chief Secretary. Our budget that has been given to us by the Department of Tourism is 20 lakhs. The rest of it we are raising through various sponsors. Yes, we'll be maintaining all COVID as much as we try to maintain. Yesterday was proof enough to show that how the people really may observe COVID situation. After every polling station, nobody observed. I made it a point to point it out to them, bring it to their notice. However, leaving that aside, we'll try to, as much as possible, try to maintain COVID protocol by keeping dispensers, insisting on the guests wearing masks, and as far as social distance concerned, we make an attempt to keep social distancing. To request people, make an attempt to request people. You can take a horse to the water, not make it drink. So I request the people to keep distance. And that can start with you press guys. Yes, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vincent and I head the Taj. I'm the Indian director for Taj. I know we are all here for the love of the city and that's the beauty of it. This year, Taj decided to take part simply because that we want to make sure, as Commissioner Sir said, that this Panjim city has to get lively with some other things, not just casino. So I think we decided to take part and to make it very memorable for all. To tell you about, you might think that we are going to sell the food at the same rate as the Taj rate. No, it is going to be 10% of what we normally charge. So we have a whole idea behind this. We want to support the locals. We are going to buy food from the locals and sell it at no profit, no loss. You know, so whether the poi or the choris pav or whatever we are talking, because food is something that is normally neglected, but We want to make sure that we give a good experience to the guests who come there, to all our locals, because food can make, or apart from the entertainment, the food also can make or break an event. So we are doing that. We are spending a lot of money. We are also in plans of getting a food truck to Goa, which we are spending a lot of money to show the people that yes, it's a little bit higher than what it used to be every year, and we want to make this carnival, the Samba Square and the Panjim Carnival, a brand for people to reckon. So, and all over the world, and that's why we are here to take part. Any questions I'm ready to take. In the Taj, no. No, not at the Taj. It's purely our CSR activity that we are taking part, ma'am, and we want to make sure that we do something for the heritage of the people of Goa and to keep events like this alive, which are dying, and we all believe in that. That certain things that were done in yesteryears are dying, and I think that's important, and that makes Goa special. People flock to Goa. Why? Because it's not that in other parts of the country there are not. I have been to many places where there are good beaches and good sands and everything, but people flock to Goa because of his, the guests flock to Goa because of his people, his cuisine, the food, the culture, and the harmony that we have here.
So if the Taj is involved in this time, taking part of it,
Right.
they are going to make it differently. Is it the food that we are going to make it different, or is there float trays, or what?
So we are taking part in the Samba Square. So the idea is that ordinary people think that Taj is up there or we cannot afford the Taj, but we are bringing the Taj down to the streets now to make sure that we offer this experience to all our people, local people. So the food is going to be very dirt cheap, so that they can experience what everybody can experience. It's not only for the rich, but we want to make sure that we take part in this to come and connect to the roots, of the people of Panjim, and that's what we are going to do.
Any difference in the floats?
No, we are not taking part in the floats. This is just for the Samba Carnival and the food court that is there. We are taking part in that.
Over to you, Prahlad.
Thank you very much.
Introduce yourself.
Sorry.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Prahlad Sultankar. I run a couple of restaurants in Panjim called the Black Evening Store and Black Market. It's really nice to see that the city this year has involved the local businesses in making the Carnival Festival and bring a little more, how do you say, panache or style to the Carnival Festival. So thank you so much. It's a great
Nostalgia.
initiative. Sorry?
Nostalgia.
And it's always nice to involve local community because for us, it's when we support local culture and local community, it enhances the old city's heritage. And hopefully, if this carnival goes well, it will set a precedence for other festivals to come for the city of Panjim as well. So we are really excited to be part of this carnival this year. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Actually, Vincent has covered most of it already.
What specific thing are you going to bring to this carnival?
You will see, first of all, that the stalls that are participating in the Samba Square are various local as well as well-known standalone restaurants, good brands such as the Taj are going to be involved in. So what happens is everybody gets to experience something that they would not otherwise go and experience.
You specifically, what would you do?
For example, in the restaurant, we are doing a special carnival-focused menu. So people in the city, there will be a activity start. People will be able to see which restaurants and which outlets in the city are doing various carnival activities. They can go and try it out. In collaboration with Sala de Art, which is an art gallery in Panjim, we are also doing an art exhibition which will focus some of the well-known Goan masters in art at the restaurant. In addition, we are also doing a stall in the Samba Square.
Prahlad, tell me, you represent most of the restaurants and there is a combined effort to promote Goan food cuisine.
Yes. Sorry, it is really